Alright, good morning. In this short video clip, I'm going to model for you how to complete one line of a payroll register for one specific worker. Now, there's a lot of different ways a business can set up their payroll register, but the one you're looking at in front of you has all the core and essential elements each payroll register has. All a payroll register is, it simply lists each worker. So we have Oprah, Michael Jordan, Sandler, Spears, Bieber, and Corey Gerling. Yes, our very own Corey. And it tells you basically how much money they earned and the amount of taxes that you withheld from their paycheck, leading to their net pay. Okay? Now, what you're going to do in a minute is you're going to fill out each one of these boxes for each one of these workers. Then you're going to transfer that information. Okay, so what we're looking at now is what the business sees. We're going to transfer that information to what the employees see when you pay them. Employees get what's called a pay stub. And the pay stub is pretty much an itemized breakdown of what they received in their paycheck and why it wasn't the full amount. Then when you're all done, you're going to go ahead and you're going to answer some summary questions as a review based on what you just did and a review from what we've been working on the last couple days. So let's take a look here with Oprah. Some key things to consider. The MAR stands for marital. Oprah's marital status. You're going to see one of two things here. S for single or M for married. Then we see column 2, EXEM. That stands for exemptions. Basically, exemptions are the number of withholdings you claimed on your W-4 form. Then we have total hours worked, rate, and then all these boxes represent either involuntary deductions or voluntary deductions. Now, the other purpose of the assignment is to help you learn how to pay attention to detail. I provided some key additional notes for each of these workers. So before you start plugging in these numbers, please make sure you read these notes because some of them are pretty important. We have Jordan withholds $25 for charity. Sandler withholds $100 for his 401k retirement, etc., etc., etc. Looks like Oprah, Jordan, and Sandler are paid weekly. Spears and Bieber are paid semi-monthly, and Mr. Corey Gerling is paid bi-weekly. So, all right, that's enough of me rambling. Let's do Oprah. Let's complete Oprah's line on the payroll register. All right. Marital status, single. Oprah's paid weekly, and her regular earnings are 40 times 22, which is going to give us a grand total of $880. Now, Oprah doesn't get anything for overtime because she didn't work over 40 hours, so I'm going to put a 0 there. Therefore, her gross pay is $880. Social Security tax. Well, let's go to Google. Her gross earnings are $880, and I know that our Social Security tax rate is 4.2%. So I plug that in my Google, and $36.96 is what we take out for Social Security. Medicare, I take her regular earnings again, $880. This time we multiply it by the Medicare tax rate, which is 1.45%. The percent's less than 10. We have to put a 0 in front of it, so $12.76. Now, federal income tax is where it gets tricky, and it's not hard, it just takes a little bit more time. I need to know 3 things before I can determine her federal income tax. What her gross pay is, well, $880. How many exemptions or withholdings she took, which is 1, and whether or not she's single or married. Well, she's single. The last thing I need to know is how often she's paid. Well, we know she's paid weekly. So we're going to go to our IRS publication table. This is publication 15. We're going to scroll all the way down until we find our federal income tax withholding charts right here. Okay, so key things you got to look for. This chart is for single people paid weekly. Well, if we scroll down further, we have charts for married people paid weekly. Then if we scroll down further, we have single people bi-weekly, married people bi-weekly, single people semi-monthly, married people semi-monthly. So we need to find single weekly. And here it is. Okay, so Oprah's gross earnings were $880. So I need to find $880 on the left-hand side of the page. Now, key things to look at. we have two columns here, an at least column and a but less than. So we need to follow the column that 880 is on the at least side. It's at least $880 right here. Okay? Now, Oprah claimed one exemption. So I'm going to match the 880 with the number 1, which is up here. And the number we get is $116 Mr. P's Pizza will have to withhold from her paycheck. So now we do 116. Then we do the state of Illinois income tax rate. 880 times the state of Illinois rate, which is 5%. And we get $44. My chart notes say that single workers withhold $10 for insurance. So I'm going to put 10 here. I'm going to check to make sure Oprah doesn't have any other deductions here. Looks like Oprah withholds $10 for a holiday savings club. So I'm going to put $10 there. Now I'm going to add up all of these deductions, whether they're voluntary or involuntary. I'm going to write the total here, and then I'm going to subtract my gross pay from my total deductions, and that's going to determine Oprah's net pay. So you need to repeat that process for the rest of these workers. Now, Michael Jordan's rate here is purposely not given to you because I give you a tip on what it is down below. Please note when you get to Adam Sandler, do not start Adam Sandler's line until you come and talk to me. I repeat, do not start Adam Sandler's payroll line until you come to talk to me. He does something with his money to save for retirement, which is drastically going to affect how you complete this line for Adam Sandler. So again, do not do Adam Sandler's line until you talk to me. Good luck.